Ashadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. With the name of Allah, the most merciful, the beneficent. I openly bear witness there is no God but Allah, and that Muhammad ibn Abdullah is the slave, servant, and messenger, and last messenger of Allah. With that, we want to give the blessings and thanks to Allah for allowing us to have such a human, moral, and dignified example of not just the Quran, but of mankind. With that, I greet you, my beloved believers, Muslims, and those who come to Masjid Al-Hadith for services. Assalamu alaikum. Today I picked the topic, signs. As Imam Rahman, our resident Imam, always tell us, or remind us, a sign in the Quran is an ayah. But a sign is also a message. So when we talk about signs, or the word signs, we are looking for something to be revealed or imparted on us as a whole. I'm going to read the Quran in English, and if you bear with me, I'll do a little bit of Arabic, inshallah. In Surah Luqman 31:34, Allah reveals, verily, the knowledge of the hour is with Allah alone. It is He who sends down rain, and it is He who knows what is in the womb, nor does anyone know what it is that he will earn on the morrow. Nor does anyone know in what land he is to die. Verily, Allah is full of knowledge, and He is acquainted with all things. Inna Allaha indahu ilmussah wal yahnazulul ghashya wal yahlamu ma fil ahram wa ma tadri nafsum ma tasbu غدا وما تري نفس بأي أرض تموت إن لها مكنون كبير. صدق الله الدين. Basically, in this chapter, Allah has given us knowledge of 5 things. But basically, mostly all things. And the reason why I picked signs, because of the science, because of what's going on in nature today. I don't know if most of you was aware of it, but they had like a major storm that came over the Midwest. And all these clouds was wrapped around, looking like it was going to do a swirl. It was a beautiful sight to see when they put the projection out. But at the time, if you think about it, what is happening to the earth? That was just one sign. They had a sandstorm in Japan. A sandstorm. Lasted maybe 40 minutes. I haven't heard of a sandstorm, but maybe on the desert somewhere. To see this sandstorm and see the pictures and the images, you know, technology is a nice thing, but to see it and the people pulling over and having to watch it go by. Then we talk about the tornadoes, we talk about the monsoons, and then we look at it right here in the United States of America. We got a drought in the West Coast, very hot, very humid. You got the other part of these 3,000-year-old trees, and they got the fire in the national park. But these are trees 3,000 years old. They trying to save them for the knowledge. But at the same time, Allah is telling people, y'all abuse my earth. It's time for me to clean. I'm giving you revelation. I'm telling you something. Look right here. Certain parts of where we at, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, some places got beautiful rain. A lot of rain from the vegetation that we grow. And some places didn't get any. Some places still need more what? The rain. Not that we don't have enough water, but we need the rain for us. It's a natural cleansing of the water, cleansing of the cycle, cleansing of the air. The rain, like we said, it brings life to that which is dead. The law stated here, again, about the signs. I got a couple more surahs for you, but just the signs itself, the signs of the sun and the moon, the signs of the people that's traveling or following what? What do they follow? They follow directions of the stars. Man put out, not even what, 5 months ago or less, this new telescope, and they can see farther down in the universe. And they giving images of something that happened 10,000 years ago. And that's just, oh wow, this is beautiful. It's nice to understand that we can go back and capture or understand that this happened, but that's not what Allah created. He created the heavens and earth for us. He created the heavens and earth not just to feed us or the cycle we regenerate, for us to understand that there's something higher than ourselves. So we have to understand the signs. And when you look at the signs, you look at what? Revelation. Something that's being revealed. Something that's teaching and uncovered. So if you go to Surah 41, (41:37), and Allah says, and among his signs are the night and the day, and the sun and the moon. Prostrate not to the sun and the moon, but prostrate to Allah, who created, if it is him ye wish to serve. To me, that's clear. If it is he you wish to serve. But also in the same surah, ayah 53, soon we will show them our signs in the fullest regions of the earth and in our own souls, until it becomes manifest to them that it is the truth. Is it not enough that thy Lord doeth witness all things? And these signs, or this here revelation that Allah is talking about, he's talking about his powers. And you cannot talk about the signs, you cannot talk about the powers until you understand who. Who are we giving ibadah, worship to? And you have to know that. In order to know that, we have to know who Allah is. Allah has 99 names. Which one do you understand? Which one do you accept? Which one you use as a sign or the direction? Here goes some of Allah's names. And I printed this out so I am reminded how the order they go, more so, not just the names. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Al-Malik, Al-Qudus. And just to go for it, Rahman, the beneficent. Rahim, the bestower of mercy. Malik, the dominant, the king. Al-Qudus, the pure. As-Salam, the perfection, the giver of peace. Al-Mu'min, one who gives iman and security. Al-Muhaymin, the guardian, the witness, the overseer. All of you are muhaymins, not just of this earth, but of your family, of this masjid, of the deen of Al-Islam. Because you take on, or you pass on, Al-Islam. And we're not talking about a way of peace. We're talking about living your life simply, living a life that's pure, living a life that's honest, living a life that has a direction. Pointing to what? Sacrifice. Pointing to who? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes, you, each and every person here, each and every family that comes here, represents Al-Mu'min, Al-Mu'min. Some of you say, I'm Al-Aziz, my name is Al-Aziz, I'm the strong. So you support, you're a pillar. You're someone that we need to lean on. Al-Jabbar, the compeller, the restorer. Al-Mutakabir, the supreme. Al-Khaliq, the creator. the former, the fashioner. Al-Bari, the originator. Al-Musawir, the fashioner. Al-Ghafar, all forgiven. And these are just some of the names that we call Allah, or we use as his attribute. These are some of the names that Allah has revealed, so these are his signs. These is how we, as individuals, myself always included, see Allah. See how to find that Allah in the Quran. Take this Quran, and we look at Prophet Muhammad, and you can see that he followed what? Some of the names. Not because he wanted to, because Allah put it in his heart. And his heart was what revealed, not just the message, but the clear signs that not just someone is higher and more powerful than him, but that he had to be obedient to that which he worshiped, to that which he had to understand. All things belong to Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Alhamdulillah. This is what we're talking about. This is where we're going. And how did Muhammad, or how do we emulate some of the things that Muhammad gave us as signs? By using our intellect. Yes, our thinking. The dikah. Contemplate, not just from Salat. The Salat helps us get closer to our Lord, and as a reminder, daily, of some of the things or things we should be closer to. I'm sorry, brother, I gotta take this one. This is supposed to just enlarge stuff. Woo. But in general, our hearts, that's how we feel, and that's how we get to the next step. Our heart leads us to what? Humility. And we bow down. Imam likes a favorite saying, was put my crown to the ground. And that's just to say that your head or your intellect goes down before your heart. Your heart is higher. So that's leading me to understand it. We move from our heart, we move from emotions. Those things are given us, those things are a natural part of us. You know, people always ask why, or thinking, or how do we get to these different stages? We get through them through the womb. We get through them through the mothers, and then we get through them through the fathers. We get through the shared intellect. And then later on, our intellect grows because we ask more questions than they can answer. So we get to what? Our book. The Quran answers every question for you if you ask the question clearly. Brothers, y'all don't understand. When I say clearly, it's not, oh, what do I do in this situation? The situation is, what did Allah ask Muhammad to do when this situation was presented before him? Did he react or did he think? And if you're thinking, then you're thinking what? To the right. Hopefully not the wrong or the left. You're thinking, putting your best foot forward, inshallah. By putting your best foot forward, you're thinking of who? Mankind. You're thinking of yourself and others. You're not being selfish. Again, this was revealed to us. This was revealed that we should want for our brother like we want for ourselves. But how can I want for someone if I don't know myself? If I don't know what is good? Unless I read. Brothers have told us this many times. You have to read. But what am I reading? I'm reading the revelation, not just the words. I'm taking these words and I'm thinking and I'm contemplating and I'm looking at the situation. When the brothers say, oh, I'm looking at the stars and the moon and I see it's a path. What path? What direction? People used to sail from following the stars or going against other with the direction of certain stars. And that's how they charted the waters. That's how some people still do navigation for the planes. But this is the science. And how do we get to know the science or understand it? Because it's in the book. Nobody understands that. Most of the information that we have today in science and how we follow it is in the book. Allah talks about the tree. He talks about the growth of the tree. He talks about the ant and how they build communities and colonies. But it's in the book. It's been in the book. The book was revealed in the language what? Arabic. And it's called Fusha. But it's not about the language it was revealed in. It's about taking a word or two. Or like you said, maybe what you said, a sign, a surah. Not the whole thing. The ayah. Surah is an ayah. So you take one ayah, break it down. If you don't have an Arabic English dictionary, you take one word that you do understand, even if it's in English, and look for the precept of where it came from. who brought it down, and see if it's more meanings to it, and try to put it all together. Because one word in this book has 1,000 meanings to every one of us, and our heart especially. So how does that affect us? It affects us on the growth, and it affects us how we go about looking for this sign. And the signs is what? Just an ayah, a message, talking to our intellect, it's talking to our mind. With that, I'll take a break. Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And I want to bring something to you, because like you said, the first part is always about the Quran, or the words of the law, and how it affects us in the community. The second part is supposed to be community life. I had a conversation with my son, and I thought it was very interesting, because like you said, we saying that words, and I always said words brings a message to your mind, and any message that comes in my mind draws a picture. Remind me, if we tell them your words, we're trying to draw a picture. So my son, he usually asks questions, and I said, why you always ask me questions that you already know the answer to? He said, because I wanted to hear what you had to say. I said, but you really have a feeling for what I'm going to have to say? He said, no, it's not what you're saying, it's the thing attached to it. Let me say again. He's taking the spirit or the emotion that you put on certain words, and then he's putting emphasis on if it was something that he should direct himself to or not. And he messed me up with that, because I'm not thinking that this young man would even put anything on a word like that, or words that come out your mouth. Because you say, yeah, it's okay, or you say, why? And then question, or better yet, are you? Because I used to ask my children, did you think before you make the decision? Only reason why I want you to see if it's a look at the outcome. People that play chess, they move 5 moves, some people move 7 moves ahead, and they try to figure out what the other person moved, and I move here. So they thinking, they plotting to get where they want to go. So I have to ask the young man, why? He's listening to the words. It didn't matter if the words was harsh or soft. What it was mentioning which one was more emphasis on. And that brought a meaning. That brought a direction to where he wants to go. I know I can't think for him and tell him, I want you to do this, because it doesn't work like that. What works is him thinking for himself, or my daughter thinking for herself, or they're making a decision that's sound. Like you said, we can always feed you the water. We can't make you take it, accept it, drink it, or anything. So in saying that, the signs or the revelation of the word that's given to you is important when you put the meaning behind it. When you accept the Quran and you read certain words, you put a certain meaning behind it. Certain things says haste, not earnesty, to salah. We run. Then we have those who walk. And they walk because that's what they do. They just walk. They didn't put all the words together for themselves in that manner. So just listening to his dialect back and forth woke me up, because I never understood that he listens in a different manner than you think. We have conversation, but for a young man that's 20, 21, whatever, to take in emphasis on the way you use words, like, I'm shocked. It's a learning. So yes, the signs are there, and the signs are coming to me, it's coming to my family, it's coming through the whole creation. And I was just blessed to be aware to see that certain things work in the creation differently. And I said, alhamdulillah, Allah opened my heart and my eyes to understand that it's not what you say, but sometimes how you say it. Again, let me say, not what you say, but how you say it. So with that, we can always say, I leave you with the words of Allah. And with the words of Allah, I think I got one more surah I didn't read. Because I do. And I do. And it's on signs again. So let me give you that one. So I know I did that part of the check. Allah says in Surah 2, 164, behold, in the creation of the heavens and the earth, in the alteration of the night and the day, in the sailings of the ship, through the oceans, for the profit of mankind, in the rain which Allah sends down from the skies, and the life which he gives therewith, and the earth that is dead, in the beasts of all kinds that he scatters through the earth, in the change of the winds and the clouds which they rail like slaves. Between the sky and the earth, here indeed are signs for people that are wise. Assalamu alaikum. I wanted you to understand that our signs are important to us. I wanted you to understand that our world is changing. I want you to understand that we make the change, mankind. We have the opportunity to correct that which is done to the earth. And the earth is that which is feeding us. And that's what we're here to do. We be the sojourn, or what the law says, the vicegerm. We are in charge of what? All mankind. So in changing and looking at the signs, we have to start changing things so Allah be pleased with our behavior. And behavior means that we have to help him clean the earth of that which is wrong, whatever it may be. The earth is giving back already, saying, y'all polluted me too long, man. So how we clean up the earth is the same way we clean up ourselves. We take a deep bath, and we wash. But at the same time, we make salah, but that's a deep bath. We make the prayer, and the prayer cleanses our soul. And our soul is going to be here no matter what happened to the earth until Allah calls all souls back before him. And he tells us that in the book. So with that, I greet you with the universal greeting of peace and blessings be upon you. Assalamu alaikum. Jumuah Mubarak.
Before anybody line up for prayer, those who don't have mask, get a mask before you line up for prayer. All right? There's another variant out there, so we got to be very conscious.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, hayla salat, hayla falah, faqamatu salat, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah.
Brothers and sisters, we do have some important announcements at the end of the Jumu'ah. If you can, please stay and listen to those announcements. I think it is important that we just share the information whenever we do receive it.
We're good, Imam.
Allahu Akbar. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
آمين.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أتيناك كالكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إنا شانئك هو الأبتر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah.
Oh Allah bless Muhammad, the father Muhammad. Oh Allah bless Ibrahim and the followers of Ibrahim. Oh Allah bless this Muslim community and help us in our striving to seek Father. Please, can we close out with the joint unison saying of Al-Fatiha, please? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Amen. Donna, will you get an announcement, please?
Yes. Assalamu alaikum. As always, give all that you can for your sadaqah and your zakat. Without your support, we would not exist. So please continue to give all that you can for your sadaqah. Big night for us tonight, our community awareness night tonight, 6 to 8:30. The topic is What is Hajj by Al-Hajj Charles Osman Rashid. So come on out 6 to 8:30 tonight for community awareness night. We're going to try and have this every month, community awareness night. But tonight, what is Hajj? 6 to 8:30 p.m. Our sign-up sheet is in the hall. Please sign up and put whether you're a member of Masjid al-Hadi on that sign-up sheet. Our food giveaway is tomorrow. We're going to try and do it 12:30 to 1. If you would like to help and participate in that, come here to the masjid tomorrow around 12:30, 1 o'clock. Assalamu alaikum.
One more thing.
One more thing. Board members, please stand back so we can discuss some issues. Board members, please stand in the masjid after Jumu'ah. Assalamu alaikum.